say something about the Online Safety Act, which has just happened. I think it was July 25th it came in, and now they're just sweeping bullshit authoritarian socialism all across the internet, not only in the UK but in other countries too, from the UK. So that's fucked. I heard something like Elon Musk has until Friday to comply. I don't know if that's true or not. It'll probably block England, I guess, after that point. All the horrible rules are coming in and impacting websites now because they're all fucking complying with government, which you should never do. How it's affected me so far, well, already, like last year, it affected me in that I have a Gab account and I can't reach it because they blocked access to the UK, and I have a BitChute account with a bunch of my videos on and I can't reach it because they blocked access to the UK. Now started using a VPN. Apparently they have just decided they're going to try and find a way to block VPNs. My Minds is decentralized, so as long as they're walking the walk, not just talking the talk on minds.com, it should be fully decentralized and unblockable. So Web 3.0, so I should be able to post anything on Minds, and if suddenly I can't, then what's the point of Minds? Basically, it's the pure free speech site that can't be taken down by anyone. So if it suddenly gets taken down by people, you'd be like, well, that didn't work, did it? So fingers crossed for Minds that stays completely untakedownable. But I have noticed them complying and things. I have noticed them, they've got a terms of service where you have to like tag certain kinds of speech and certain kinds of posts before you post them. There shouldn't be a terms of service for any website for any reason. It should just be like, we provide the service, our users' posts are nothing to do with us whatsoever. Apparently Wikipedia is going to be taken down from British visitors viewing it. I'm sure the fucking government will make exceptions for that because Wikipedia is far left, just like the fucking government. They're bringing it under the guise of protecting children. It's nothing to do with protecting children. It's just authoritarian censorship and surveillance. Also, it bans people from posting violent videos from protests. Therefore, the public can't see the violent videos coming in whenever there's a protest of the public being beaten by police, and therefore the government can just send their police in to do more beatings and violent harm to the public, knowing that the public won't get to see those things happening, and then they get to control the narrative of the event. Like, oh, far right, far right, far right, far right. We're the good people. We're the good people. You know, they're saying they want to block porn from certain sites. Porn is a gatekeeper of free speech, just like hate speech laws. Porn and hate speech are undefinable. So if you allow someone to ban porn, they can ban any kind of speech. If you allow someone to ban hate speech, which is just free speech, you can allow them to ban any kind of speech. It's the same thing. They're the same as each other. Gatekeepers of free speech, you know, the precedent is set. When you ban one, you get to ban whatever you like, and the government is in charge of the banning. And what that boils down to, in the end, with all hate speech laws, is you get arrested, jailed, investigated or charged for mild jokes and mild criticism of government policy. That's the whole point of all hate speech laws and porn bans and even like blasphemy laws and things. It's all the same thing. To me, it's just like part of the lockdowns coming back, to be honest. Like, we know that the government is evil and it does evil things all the time, like the anarchists and libertarians. We know that everything the government and police do is completely evil. So it's just more evidence on the pile of all the horrific things that need to be removed. The only problem is with this one, it's like lockdown, it's more tangible to the end user the end user. It's more tangible to the man on the street because it's one of those things that reaches down into your life and fucks with you directly. So you can't live your life as normal. You can't, like, it's the boot treading on the snake, the Gadsden snake. The government are coming in and the socialists are coming in and they're fucking with you directly, so you can't live your life as normal. You can't do the things you want to do as you normally would because there's an external influence coming in to interfere with you. And that's when that happens. I mean, all the government shit that happens to us is bad, especially the theft via taxation, but when shit like this comes in, the need for fighting back becomes more pressing. But people have let this happen. People have let us all be slaves and themselves be slaves. People have not stood up against this at the right time. You know, the government should have been knocked off from its position of power all the way back in 2021, I think. So we're all very late to the party with complaining about stuff like this. All the normies especially. As usual, I have seen very small amounts of bravery from people, not very many instances of bravery at all against the insanity the government is doing. And there should have been a ton of it during lockdowns. And of course I'll celebrate it every time it happens. Like, I'll celebrate the truckers, I'll celebrate the Blade Runners, I'll celebrate the farmers that closed off the motorways in Europe and poured manure all over the parliament buildings in whichever country that one was. Might have been France, might have been Germany. But those instances are very few and far between, that we don't get many chances to actually point out instances of bravery, because where are they? You know, not enough people are doing things to stand up against the tyranny of the state these days. So I'd love to be able to point out a bunch of stuff that's happening where people have stepped up and said no, especially to police, said no directly to their face. I will not comply. You know, I will not take the vax, I will not wear the mask, I will not step on your little sticker on the ground, I will not close my farm, I will not sell my farm, I will not stop rearing my chickens, I will not buy a license to do what I already do, which I should be doing freely anyway. All these little things you could do add up en masse. You got to start by saying no to most things that authority will tell you to do. But the people are weak and they don't know what's going on, and that's how we got into most of this mess. We let what Yuri Bezmenov told us was happening come true.
Dissenters, dissidents. Yes. The Marxist-Leninist regime does not tolerate these people for being dissident, for criticizing your Pentagon. In future, these people will be simply squashed like cockroaches. Unlike in present United States, there will be no place for dissent in future Marxist-Leninist America.
We didn't notice the Cold War was still going on under the surface. We didn't notice the subversion of all the institutions, the schools, the media, the law, all of that. For the most part, it's too late, and things are just going to get worse and worse and worse, and all those things from the 1940s, might as well just say the 20th century, all those horrors from the socialist regimes, such as the Marxist-Leninists and the Maoists and the Nazis, will come back again, because we've let it be like this. We let it happen. We didn't spot it creeping in, and now it's here again, about to do the same old things that it did before. Mass death, mass incarceration in gulags, mass censorship, snitch culture, your neighbours and your kids spying on you and dobbing you into the authorities of the state.
What are you doing? I said, what are you doing?
I accidentally dropped my morning interval. I took it out before I brushed my teeth. Never take it out before I brush my teeth.
Then you'll go by equilibrium, log the loss, and get a replacement.
Yes. Of course.
For just living your life normally. We let it creep back in and now it's back. We did not stomp out the socialists after or during the Cold War. We did not properly defeat them, in the times of the Vietnam War. And here they are again, straight out of Germany into the American, UK school systems, all of Europe. It's back, and we let it come back because we didn't finish it off. And things are getting very bad. They're arresting even more and more people for speech on the internet that the government don't like. And at this stage, what you mainly need is an enormous amount of the public to stand up directly against the police and say no to everything that they're told to do. Say no to everything they're accused of. Resist any attempts at arrest or beatings or being forced to be stolen from that they can level at you. Realise that the police are your enemy and that they are state officers, and the same with all the other types of state officers, and that you're surrounded by statists and public sector workers who are actually government sector workers. Start noticing that these people aren't your friend. In fact, they're the precise opposite. Catch you all later, folks.
Most of the American politicians, media, and educational system trains another generation of people who think they are living at a peacetime. False. With every second, the disaster is coming closer and closer. Unlike myself, you will have nowhere to defect to, unless you want to live in Antarctica with penguins. This is it.
Okay, so what do we do?
There must be a very strong national effort to educate people, to explain them the real danger of socialist, communist, whatever, welfare state, big brother government. If people will fail to grasp the impending danger, you may kiss goodbye to your freedom, including freedoms to homosexuals, to prison inmate. All this freedom will vanish, evaporate in 5 seconds, including your precious lives. At least part of United States population, they have to force their government. And I'm not talking about sending letters, signing petitions, and all this beautiful, noble activity. I'm talking about forcing United States government to stop aiding communism. Because there is no other problem more burning and urgent than to stop the Soviet military-industrial complex from destroying whatever is left of the free world. Stop aiding a bunch of murderers whom President Reagan respectfully calls government. Understand what's going on around you. You are not living at the time of peace.